Hey, Daryl here, just here for Blockchain Identity episode 5. Quick couple things. One of the articles you're going to want to watch or read down below is called The Three Models of Identity, of Digital Identity Relationships. Timothy Ruff from Evernym, the guys who created the Sovrin code base, is really identifying that there's now a third way for digital identity to play a role in your business, in your relationships with your customers, your members, whatever you want to call your community. It's a real game changer, getting a lot of attention, a lot of new thinking is coming out of it, which is fantastic. It's getting a ton of attention. Speaking of attention, this week is Consensus in New York City, EIC over in Europe, the European Identity and Cloud Conference, and we're seeing a lot more buy-in of blockchain identity, and specifically a lot more direct mention, unsolicited, not being pushed, of Sovrin, of HL Indy. Again, the underlying code base, Sovrin received the code and then gave it to Hyperledger, it's now Hyperledger Indy. For example, Kim Cameron, Chief Identity Architect from Microsoft, has announced that they're going to be supporting decentralized identifiers, specifically already working with Blockstacks, Sovrin. They're doing work with BYU on how do they exchange verifiable credentials, how do they use decentralized identifiers to kind of provide a common backbone, and how do they host that in the cloud? How does Microsoft provide a centralized version of a decentralized identity as a backing data store? We're seeing a lot more companies as well, some that were outright hostile to decentralized identity, come to the realization that it's not that wildly different, but what it does is allows them to establish, as Timothy calls it, those digital relationships, which is where all of the value is. Establishing identities is important, but establishing that digital relationship is absolutely critical to every organization and every person. This is how we operate. Last item to tell you about, got a video down below. It comes out of a bunch of deployments I've had to do in portfolio companies and companies that fly me in to fix a lot of problems. It's the number one aspect that changes the trajectory of a project from failure to success, and that is decisions. We end up in these lack of decision loops. I call it dithering, but that's just there. I think it's like a 3-minute video. Hopefully you enjoy that. Enjoy this particular email. Thanks a ton. Bye.